investigators are still on the scene of Tuesday's horrific Metro-North crash in Valhalla looking for clues as family members get ready to bury the woman whose SUV sat on the tracks as the train approached.
WCBS reporter Marla Diamond is covering the story and joins us live from Westchester.
And Steve, investigators are trying to unravel the mystery of why Ellen Brody's SUV was in the railroad crossing. They've been able to download data from recorders at the crossing gate on Commerce Street. Board member Robert Sumall said they'll be going over that to see if there was some sort of mechanical failure. The arm came down prematurely. What happened there with that crossing arm and with the bells and the lights. They're also expected to release the speed of the Metro-North train at the time of impact. They've moved the train to a site where it can be examined, and they have released some very gripping photos of the charred insides of that first car. Things are returning to normal at this site. Metro-North trains on the Harlem line have been running with some delays.
Marla, the funeral for the SUV driver, Ellen, tomorrow. You spoke to her rabbi. What did he have to say?
That's right. Benji Silverman is here at the Chabad of the River Towns in Dobbs Ferry, and he says that Ellen Brody was unforgettable.
Well, first of all, she had this infectious smile. So whenever she walked in right away, she brought this beautiful energy into the room, and she made everyone feel comfortable here. She would always talk to everyone. She volunteered.
They have numerous photos on their website showing Brody with her daughter. Showing a photo of her and her husband, Alan. Alan is expected to deliver the eulogy tomorrow before a packed house. The synagogue is on a very narrow road here in Dobbs Ferry leading down to the river, and police are expected to be here in numbers to try to control the crowd.
WCBS reporter Marla Diamond live in Westchester. The NTSB is planning to hold another news conference around 5 o'clock this afternoon. We will bring you that live here on WCBS.
Civil liberties lawyers have been in court today asking a state judge to release secret grand jury testimony in the Eric Garner police chokehold death. WCBS reporter Peter Haskell is at State Supreme Court on Staten Island. Peter, what is their argument?
Well, by nature, grand jury testimony is supposed to be secret, so the legal standard here, according to the judge, is that the attorneys need to show, quote, a compelling and particularized need to release the information. According to these attorneys, the integrity of the criminal justice system is a compelling reason. Without answers to the questions that are posed by a lot of people, the integrity is in question. So, for example, they want to know what documents were presented, what witnesses were there. We don't have many, but were they all cops? Were they all first responders? Might they all have an interest in this case? And what charges were presented? Was it just murder, or were there others? They say by getting this information, we will have more faith in the criminal justice system, and we can learn more about what happened in this case.
Right. Hey, Peter, is there a feeling on whether the judge is likely to agree with all this? What's your sense there?
Well, the judge asked a lot of pointed and probing questions to all of the attorneys. He really didn't tip his hand, and he also didn't give any indication when he'll make a ruling.
All right, WCBS reporter Peter Haskell live on Staten Island. Thank you.
WCBS News Time on the afternoon round of 3:34. Days after a video was released showing a Jordanian pilot being burned to death by members of ISIS, U.S. search and rescue aircraft are on the move in the Middle East.
U.S. moves. CBS News military analyst, retired Army Major Mike Lyons, an apparent response to that pilot's death?
Yeah, I think so, Debbie. I think in a nutshell, this is to shorten any kind of response time from hours to minutes. Likely, Kuwait was the platform where this CSR, this combat search and rescue, came from, or perhaps even offshore someplace. Moving to the northern part of Iraq, it shortens that time to minutes should there be some kind of accident over Syria or Iraq.
You can't be everywhere at once, can you?
Yes, you can, and there's no guarantees to any of this, but that video has changed, I think, our analysis of risk of making sure we recover these pilots. We've got to get UAE back into the coalition. I know they were uncomfortable by that video, and to the point where they withdrew because they didn't think that the search and rescue was adequate. So this should help elude their fears.
Let's talk about Jordan for a second. King Abdullah isn't wasting any time carrying out a promise to hit ISIS hard with airstrikes on Syria's al-Raqqa province today.
Yeah, they're going after al-Raqqa. That's the head of the snake, so to speak. I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking at collateral damage as well. They're gonna put all the pressure they can in that location. Probably create a campaign. Wouldn't be surprised in a couple of weeks you saw some kind of ground troops go in there. They're gonna do everything they can to put a lot of pressure on ISIS, considering what happened to the pilot earlier in the week.
Mike, tell us about the symbolism of those fighter jets flying over the pilot's hometown after the strikes.
Yeah, that's a show of respect in any military, something that family likely requested. But again, those are the missing man formation is something that anyone in the military would hold dear as that show of respect for giving the ultimate sacrifice.
CBS News military analyst, retired Army Major Mike Lyons. We thank you, as always, for your expertise.
Thanks, Robin.
This is the Afternoon Roundup, sponsored by the all-new BMW of Manhattan.
Hi, this is Greg Allen. Treat your child to the best summer ever. Hofstra Summer Camps, now celebrating its 30th year. My son went to Hofstra Summer Camp for years, and